Let's play with some paper and make a pop-up pocket and have a look in my parcels. Hello and welcome to the Treasured Page. I'm Melanie and this is our quiet crafting space. Today I wanted to have a look at some parcels that have been delivered to me for the Builder Journal for 2024. So we're building a journal in the background here on this channel to use in 2024 for personal use, and every month I put up a new video for a new project for the month, and this month we are making pop-up pockets. Okay, I'm really excited to show you these autumn fall papers from Brigitte at Clee Black Creation. She sent these over to me, and this kit is called Mushroom Village, and I'm going to see if I can use this to embellish my pop-up paper bag. There's several background sheets. These are the background sheets, and I've got those looking like that, and there's another one as well which I didn't print off. Have a look at this. I have printed this out on normal standard photocopy paper. This is printed out on A4 size, but the kit expands for American sizes too. And I have discovered matte finish photo paper, and I just want to show you the difference. Look at this image on photo paper. That is absolutely stunning, and it is so bright and vibrant and detailed. I just think, I mean, I love that because that looks like watercolour, but that is a completely different effect. Really fun. So I'm going to use some of this and add this to the bag for a nice vibrant feel. But what I want to show you is this. Look at these fun Mushroom Village little houses in mushrooms. Again, this is printed on standard photocopy paper, but when we put it on photo paper with a matte finish, look at these. Aren't they stunning? So there are two sheets of these, but I've printed this one out on the photo paper, and I love this vibrant colour. So I'm going to be using those. So I'm going to have to fussy cut it out and going to add it to this bag. This one I've come in to leave this lip here so that there's a peep through there, and then I'm going to decorate here all the way around and inside. Okay, I want to line the bottom of this bag with the centre of this image, and I've just drawn around it with my Pilot Frixion pen, which you can see there, so that I've got a guideline to cut this out. The ink disappears when it's heated, so it's a useful pen to have. And then we're left with that on the other side. I'm just going to take the bottom off. So using stick glue, I'm just sticking the image on the inside of the bag. And we make sure that that's fully stuck down with a little sweep of the bone folder, and then we can have a look at the inside. And then we repeat the process. I'm just adding in my next image on the inside of the front. So we've not got as much to play with here, but I'll just cut it on that line of the tree. Okay, and this will fit in perfectly, just to fit it in next to that image that we've already got in. Just lie it in there, slot it into place. It. And then we can smooth it down on the back with the bone folder, so that's great. And now I'm left with this piece, and I've got to be mindful of the bend. So I'm just adding stick glue here, and then I'm going to put this on top of the vintage lace. Okay, I've made that a little bit shorter so that I can add this in and have the right length. Just going to put a bit more glue over here. So I've just put a little bit of stronger art glitter glue on there to make sure the lace stays, and now I'm adding this one in. Just leaving a gap so that the fold can still work, that's good. And now I'm just going to put in some Vintage Photo Oxide ink. That's quite fun, that just darkens that down, emphasises the crinkle. Same on the other side. and then just go round the edges where we need to just do that. And then I'm just inking round all the sides and on the inside as well. So just on the edges to distress them and give a real woodland feel. Just using vintage photo, I'm just bending the bag this way so that I can do that as well on that edge. And I'm not going to do it. I'm going to avoid the lace because this is quite a strong colour. Alright, so far so good. Now we need to do the front. I've printed the image out for a second time. I think if I was using a smaller bag I might have got away with it, or I can use some other papers, but I just really love this bold kit, so I want to have it on the front as well and really show off those mushrooms, because I think I can have one decorative on the front and inside for this project. I'm just using some of the art glitter glue right around the edges just to make sure that I get a really good seal. I won't worry about the top because I need to trim that, so we'll just do a bit like that. And then adding this in with some art glitter glue, because this is probably going to get a little bit more wear and tear on the outside. I'm just using the art glitter to stick that down. And just blending in all the edges so that we lose any white cut lines. And then I'm going to carry on, so I'm just going to turn it over and make another line. Make another guideline, and then I can cut that under the guillotine. Okay, I've glued this with a combination of stick glue and art glitter glue just because I want to make sure that this is on really securely. There's going to be more wear and tear on the front, so we'll just make sure that that is nicely stuck down. And I've got some sari silk ribbon. I've just got a strip there that I'm going to use. Just tear that, and I'm just going to see if I can get some sewing stitches on there. Okay, I got the stitching halfway down. I've glued the rest, but it's okay because we're going to be putting a label or something there anyway. This is the inside, looking quite smart. I've got the outside. I'm just going to put some fabric along here. I found this. I'm just lining this silk scarf onto the inside here for some texture and a little bit of interest. I'm wanting to try and leave some of the fray. Just snip that bit away. Some red, browns and golds there with this silk scarf, so I'm just take that away, and then we'll let that bit fray. Then we've got a nice textured edge to go with these artist papers that we've used from Papercraft Creations. And I'm really going to add a bit more ink there to give a nice dark edge, and just go all the way around and add in some grunge edging there, like that. Just going over that trim as well, and just weathering and aging some of that and some of the whiter bits around there. So that's now looking quite good. Doesn't matter about this side. And now we can have a look at these mushrooms. So this is Mushroom Village from Papercraft Creations. I'm going to take this one and this, I think this one. I'm going to take this beautiful one here. Okay, so that's Papercraft Creations on Etsy, and I'll leave the link in the description below. So these are so much fun. So I think the big mushroom will be able to go in the middle. Let's have a look. That's going to fit in there no problem. And then I'm going to see if I can get that. Oh my goodness, so exciting. So I fussy cut round 2 of these, which I have inked around. I'm really pleased with how they came out. I had them on the cutting mat with a cutting knife, with a craft knife, just something like this. And just something like this with a blade. and then I was able to get into all the tricky areas, and I've got 2 left from that sheet. So these are wider ones which could become journaling cards, and again it's another fussy cutting task perhaps, but they just lend themselves to it because they're so intricate. Just look at the detail. The way that it's come out on this paper is absolutely stunning. So I'm looking at this taller one and I'm thinking it can go here and just become this wonderful image and have the backdrop of the forest in this wonderful orange warm tones of October. It's just lovely. And I think that this wider one, because it could be this, but we'd have a bit of overhang, and had I not cut it down that would have worked nicely, but I think that this one is going to come and be the one inside. So when we open up our pop-up box, we can now bring in our mushroom house to come and live in the bottom there. And then what I thought at the top is I could bring in this stag beetle, which I just think works so well in fairy tale stories, and the fact that it's been framed in this way, I've sewed round it onto some parchment baking sheet paper, and I'm going to add that up at the top just to give that a bit of interest up at the top and be in keeping with the woodland and the forest, bit of a specimen. I just like that. I think that that does something, so I'm adding that in there for a potential tuck spot, so we'll see about that. And this image is part of lots of little insect labels that you can get also from Clee Black Creations. Again, the link is below in the description, so there's lots of lovely labels like that. How fantastic would this be with little dimensionals that you could make that pop off? I'm a bit nervous to do that for a junk journaling project because I think that this is going to come and live in a journal, and I think that I will have it stuck down. But this could be a dimensional in the bottom of the bag. Again, I'm not going to do that, but I'm just giving you the idea. So we'll put a little bit of glue there, add in this. So I'm using a precision nib here from Art Glitter Glue, and I'm able to get into all the narrow spaces. And now I can just come and add this here. And we'll leave those little bits raggedy and floaty because that adds to it. So that's how that's looking so far. I feel like there wants to be something up there. That's it, all the way around with the glue, and then we're going to see if we can put this in the bottom here. So opening up the bag and just aiming it right down the bottom. That's it, close it up and add a bit of pressure, and there we have our little mushroom village all coming together. Really, really cute. I think I can get the stag beetle in there. I may just tidy this up a little bit and just tear it just so that it is a suggestion of a tatty edge. Just the texture adds a detail and brings a digital kit alive. And just going around with vintage photo in an oxide ink just to give that an inked edge, and that will go in there. That'll look quite sweet. So we just go round. I'm just going to stick it to the sewing because this is a wax-proof type paper. It's just parchment paper. So I'm concentrating the glue to the thread because that will definitely give it a bond. And then we'll just put some in there for good measure, but that will probably peel off with a resist. So we'll add that in. Add that in, and also just I'm going to go round a little bit in there with some ink. Just going to bend the pad and get right into the corner with just a little bit of ink. That's better. So we've got some lovely orange tones going on there. I've put the oxide ink around the sides. Okay, we're nearly there. I've got a few more scraps. These came off of the top, the very top portion of these trees. So I've got 3 little bits there, and I've inked around them to see if we can do something with them. I like the idea of making a tab because that's what I did with the others. And I've got this ladybird which I think is going to go up there. I found this little rag which has been wrapped in a rusty nail and we have an impression of that rust colour, so perfectly matching with the colour tones here. So I'm not happy with this bit, so I want to see if I can put something down there in a way of a tab, but I don't want to see white on the back on the other side. I'm just going to glue these 2 pieces together and then we'll sort of see what happens. And then I'm going to work out whether I'm using that or not. I've got a tiny scrap there, so I feel like that could go up there with the ladybird. Let's do that. We'll just stick a bit there and stick that bit down, and then the ladybird's going to go over the top. The insect labels have been printed on a sturdier paper, 120 I believe. Okay, so I'm putting these 2 pieces together like that. I've rounded the edges. So we're just going to put this piece down here, and it's coming down, it's a bit off centre. Going to be like that. So we've got the stitching above, I like that, and then I'm bringing this in here and we'll frame this little mushroom. And then down goes this little moth, which I think is really cute. Then I found a little bit of lace what I'm just going to put here. And to finish off, I'm adding in some little sparkly crystals, just because, why not? This is a very fun fantasy piece, and a little bit of sparkle just will make us all smile. So there we go. I think that has been such a success. Really enjoyed using this kit, and the little beetles as well. I'm covered in glue, so I must have had a good time. And then inside we've got this wonderful fairy forest looking really, really fun. And we'll add one final label inside, just at the top here, and then that is that little moth going in there. Really sweet. We could do one down there as well. And I've added another one there with little butterflies. So there we go. I have really enjoyed doing that. I think that's been a really successful way of using a sheet of digital kit. It is quite bold but quite fun and very seasonal and totally on topic for what we are dealing with for October. So I think that's really, really super. I think anyone would be pleased to receive that, and I think that you could have a really fun time cutting out the images here and making all sorts of wonderful things, and even just imagining cutting out some of the windows and allowing a little fairy light or something behind to make those windows glow. That just makes me feel like some little pixie is going to come walking out and say hello. I have thoroughly enjoyed that, everybody, so I hope that you've found that that was fun and inspirational. It's just another one of these fun pockets that we're doing this month, and there will of course be a new project coming out on the 1st of November to support the Builder Journal. So if you'd like to get hold of a copy of this kit, it is Mushroom Village from Clee Black Creations over on Etsy, and there is the details there. You can screenshot that, Clee Black Creations, and that is on Etsy. So really, really wonderful project. If you'd like to see what's in my parcels, do please stay to the end of the video, but otherwise do tune in on the 1st of November for the next month's project, and you can watch all the videos in sequence here on the Treasured Page YouTube channel. So I'm now going to open my parcels and see what I've got. Oh, I'm super excited to have a look inside this parcel. This is from Cheryl and she is from Bristol here in the UK. This is the August project, so this was the Suncatcher project. Have a look at that on the playlist. So Cheryl is a nurse and has been extremely busy doing very important things, so I'm really appreciative that you have managed to send this through. I absolutely love the colour tape here that you've used, which you've made, stamping and lots of different colours there, really vibrant. I think this would look really fun to come into my journals, so I shall be cutting that out and using that somewhere. That's just a postcard I've put over there to protect my address, and I'm just going to take this out. Oh, and have a little look. All right, so straight away I can see I've got some colourful buttons that I'll be able to use. So I can alter those or I can use those to embellish something. That's quite fun to have the different colours and be able to use them for the spring and the summer portion of the journal. So if you're not familiar or you're just tuning in, the Builder Journal has been going on since March, and every month there's been a new make or a project that we've been doing, a challenge if you will. And over on the Facebook group for the Treasured Page, we have been swapping amongst a group, and this is the start of my journal with all the papers coming together and all the beautiful things, the things that I've been sent from friends around the UK. So I'm really pleased that this is all coming together. It's going to be a nice small journal, but it will be chunky unless I start to thin that out and maybe make a hard cover for this one. I'm not sure, so I'm going to have a look at what I've got and then I can work it out. This at the moment is a protective cover that I've made, and these are on elastics. So this is my signature keeper, and if you want to see how I made this, there is a link below in the description for the making of the signature keeper, which was using some spare blanket material. So I've got this cute little squirrel here. This will be the project. And then I've been sent some papers. So we'll have a look at that, and I can see that I've got some lovely dyed lace there. And this has been dyed with berries to give this lovely purple colour. So that is wonderful. I'll put up on the screen what the berries were. I've not heard of those before, so that is new to me. And that is a lovely lilac-y purple colour. So that is very nice. I'm going to just pull this out and have a look at the Suncatchers. Oh my goodness, she's done loads. All right, so the idea here was to make a frame and then to decorate. Now it looks like that is pressed flowers, blue geraniums, don't forget to fly, a beautiful butterfly. It's all been embossed and glazed. That's a wonderful tab top there with a punched eyelet, so I can put some decorative ribbon or anything I want in there. Oh, there. Oh, look. And this has got some autumn leaves and some beautiful... Look at that. Isn't that going to look really smart on a page? So we've got... This is really clever. So this is laminated. This is laminated pressed flowers. Aren't they gorgeous? Let's find a blank... Oh, well... Okay, so you can see it's going to look really good anyway. Then dictionary pages. So those are lovely to craft with. Some gorgeous papers here, a little journaling card. That's really fun. I think that's a sticker. So that goes with that and gives me sort of a Mexican vibe. So we've got yellow is turmeric. We've got pink avocado, and then the green is yarrow. Oh, wallpaper. Oh my goodness, this is really lovely, thick wallpaper. I love that. I love that. I love this. Oh, look at this one. That is really bright. Gosh, isn't that fun? You can imagine that on a wall. So some digital kits to play with. That's really cool. Seeds of Time, reap what you sow, some seed packets. So that is really cool. So I can only use what I've been sent. Well, that's plenty in there to keep me going. Love that there. I really like that there. And then I think I'll have that one there. So that will embellish those 2 pages. That's really great. This one can come and live in the new portion of the journal, which I need to get organised. So that's going to be part of the autumn side of things, so they can come and be papers for the autumn. Okay, so that was that project, and just a little few lovely little extras here which look like some labels and stickers and stamps and just useful things. Oh, these are great. And some vintage flower images here which are lovely, and they are stickers. And this is the next parcel which has been sent to me. So my next swap has come from Shirley in Scotland, and Shirley has sent this down for the September project, which was the writing board. So we have a look at this. We've been given this beautiful card which says thank you, and that feels sturdy enough to almost be a writing board. We could even put some corners on that and strengthen that up and make another one. So that's lovely. Perhaps that was the idea. Shirley can be found on Instagram under I Want a Peacock, and you can have a look at all the things that she's up to and the things that she makes. And she can also be found on a coffee shop page, which is I Want a Peacock 45162, and she sells some of the things that she makes. So let's have a look at this little parcel here with this fabulous lace trim. That's really unusual. I like that in the brown tone. That's perfect for autumn and winter journaling. Got some lovely tissue paper here. Look at all the little bits. That is so good. What have I got here? I'm so drawn to this straight away because I can see that these are old vintage films, Kodak film. That's brilliant, and I've got some of this, and I was wondering what to do, and isn't that a lovely idea to be able to turn that into a strip that can then come and live in the journal? Just really cool idea. So it can be a tuck, it can be a fun embellishment, you can add more bits to it if you want to, put flower on it. Really, really fun ideas. And a cluster with a lovely wax seal. So these can all be stuck down in the journal. Looks like that can be a pocket, a tuck, perfect, nice and thin as well. And that is another one as well. Really fun. And then these can be even embellished further by adding some of the pieces that she's already given me. So that looks really cool. So I might add those. Oh, this is lovely. A really fun find inside this pocket. I know Shirley really enjoyed making the sun catchers, so she has added one of her bottles here where she's cut a window, and then she's added some embellished fussy cuts here, and she's laminated it, and that's really sweet. And a really nice sentiment: the moments of happiness we enjoy take us by surprise. Yes, isn't that? And it says, let life surprise you. Yes, that's really nice advice. And then number 5. So this is a paper bag. Very cool. Another way to use up our paper bags. And this opens out into a fun pocket, so we can have that stuck down into the journal and then be able to add our extra ephemera. I get it now. This is really, really fun. And that's a lovely idea, a really good use of a paper gift bag. And then here we've got we've got 2 writing boards. Oh, wow. These are super. They've got a real vintage feel to them with that lovely green. And very, very strong chipboard being used there. So that's Autumn Leaves and Cozy Calm with this wonderful bee. Lots to choose from. Aren't I a lucky ducky? Thank you so much for all of those wonderful makes. I hope everybody's having fun with the Build a Journal projects once a month. And let's just recap on this month's project. Well, once again, thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you've had fun looking at our wonderful pop-ups and coming up with your own ideas of what you would put inside yours, whether you're off to the Serengeti, whether you're going to the end of the garden with the fairies, or whether you are looking down that magical glen and finding the mushroom village. Okay guys, so I will see you on the next video. I hope that you relax and enjoy your week, but above everything else, just slow down and make crafting time for you. Bye bye now.